we go. All right. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So, like I said, you can use a plant-based protein powder or you can use any type of protein powder. And remember, when you're making it, the only thing you have to do is put 2 scoops of protein powder in and some sugar-free almond milk. And that's how you make a simple protein shake. Guys, let me know if you can hear me now. Let me know if you can hear me now. We should be good. Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Let me know if you guys can hear me. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're good there. All right, we should be good. Okay, great. Now, if you can't do the regular protein shake, because it does take time, you have to have a blender. It's very simple, but it does take a little bit of time. You have to have a blender. You have to pour in the water or the almond milk. You have to add the protein powder to it. So it can be a little timely. You can just drink a pre-made protein shake like this brand right here. You can screenshot this, Premier Protein. Personally, for myself, I drink 2 of them so I can get 60 grams in. And like I said, you can do this, especially if you are running late on time. Now, when you're sticking to your meal plan, it can be tricky, especially if you're very busy. So this is why buying a case of pre-made protein shakes can be very helpful, because even with myself, there are times when I'm very busy. I have a lot of clients. They're super busy just with work, running a business, etc., whatever it is, and they don't have time to, cook meals, or they don't have time to make protein shakes. But if you buy cases of this and you leave it at your office or you leave it in your fridge, let's say it's cooler outside, you leave a case of this in the trunk of your car. Whenever you are hungry and it's time for you to eat a meal, instead of you ordering fast food, voila, you just open up 2 protein shakes and you drink that instead. And then you're still able to get your protein in. It's going to help kind of satisfy that hunger and hold you over until you get to your next meal without you sacrificing any of your protein and without you risking eating foods that's not going to help you get to your goal. So this is purely for convenience. Now, whenever you are running late on time and you can't eat a meal, just drink 2 of those protein shakes instead. Another strategy that you can use, especially if you're really busy, this is excellent for the people who work in an office setting and who don't have time to cook, or who just don't have the willingness to cook just because you don't want to be bogged down with it. This is what you can do. You can buy frozen chicken breast and you can buy some frozen veggies. You put it on a plate, you put it in the microwave, and just like that, you have a very simple meal. And plenty of my clients that work in offices that are like really busy with their work, when they don't want to dedicate a lot of their brain power towards cooking and figuring out what they're going to eat for lunch or for dinner, they'll just keep some bags of this in their freezer. They'll keep some bags of this in the freezer or the fridge. And then when it's time for lunch or time to eat a meal, they'll just put the chicken on a plate, put some veggies on a plate, and warm it up. And that meal right there is going to be excellent. It's going to help you lose fat and build muscle. Okay, why? Because the protein is going to be higher, the calories are going to be lower. So it's going to help you be in a calorie deficit, which means you're going to lose fat, but it's also going to give you enough protein so that you're able to hold on to your muscle and possibly even build some muscle. But we're going to dig a little bit deeper into that in a second. So a brief recap. For the busy professionals who do not have time to cook, that want to lose body fat and build muscle, you can drink 2 Premier Protein shakes for breakfast. You can eat chicken breast with vegetables for lunch and dinner. Now, the protein shakes are pre-made and the chicken breast and veggies are already cooked. All you have to do is warm it up in the microwave. This meal plan is not only convenient, but if you stick to it, you will lose 3 pounds a week. And if you stick to that long enough, you will be able to get to your fitness goal of losing the 30, 40, 50 pounds and building muscle and ultimately looking the way that you want to look. Okay. Now, everybody should have like a good handle on the meal plan now. So now we're going to move on and we're going to talk about the cardio. Okay. So with cardio, we want to do 60 minutes of cardio a day. And if you can't do 60 minutes because that's a little bit too aggressive for you, you can just start off with 30 minutes. But either way, pick a time. Are you going to do 30 minutes a day or 60 minutes a day? Now, depending on the gravity of your fitness goal and how fast you want to lose body fat, that's going to determine how much cardio you should do. Also, the more sedentary you are, the more you should do cardio so that you can make up those steps that you're missing out on. Now, if somebody is, let's say you work in real estate and you're on your feet all day and you're getting in 15,000 steps a day, then you don't have to do cardio. But let's say you're seated all day, like you're working in an office, you are taking calls all day, or you're constantly, like working, but you're sitting down working in front of a computer, then it's a good idea for you to get in 60 minutes of cardio or even more a day. Okay, this way you can get around at least 8,000 or 9,000 steps a day. Now, when you are busy with a demanding career or business, this can be very hard. Setting aside 60 minutes or more to do cardio, right? Even setting aside 30 minutes to do cardio can be difficult. So I recommend that you wake up early to get it done. And you put it in your calendar the same way you would put a meeting in your calendar. And like I said before, if 60 minutes is too much to begin with, then you can begin with 30 minutes. But I really want to emphasize putting the cardio time in your calendar, prioritize it, set it aside. The same way if you had an important meeting coming up, you wouldn't just wing it and you wouldn't take the chance of getting overbooked. That's the same way you want to treat your cardio. You put it in your calendar and don't let anything else interfere with it. And like I said, waking up earlier in the day to do it, or even at the end of the day, but putting it in your calendar, that's usually a good strategy. Now, what can you do for your cardio? Some options are you can walk outside. You can buy a walking pad. Like I have one right here. I'll use this sometimes. Sometimes I like to go outside and get some fresh air. You can walk on a treadmill. You can use any piece of cardio equipment, and playing any sport like pickleball. These are excellent ways to do your cardio, especially playing the sport one if you can manage that, because I like it because it's fun. How many people here would love to play a sport for their cardio instead of just walking on a treadmill? So that's why I recommend that, because it's easier for you to stick to. But in terms of convenience and without having to think about it, maybe using the treadmill can be a little bit easier. I like to do both. In the morning, I use the treadmill and then I use the Stairmaster. And a lot of my clients do that same thing as well. And then in order to get in more steps later in the day, like when you're a little bit tired, a little bit burnt out because you've been thinking all day and processing information, then you can go and join a pickleball league, or you can take up Muay Thai or boxing or jiu-jitsu. And the fun thing about that is you're burning calories while you're learning a skill and you're having fun. So you forget about the fact that you're doing cardio. Okay, so next we're going to talk about the workouts. With workouts, I recommend we work out 4 days a week. So, and we want to structure it like this: 2 days for the lower body, 2 days for upper body. These are some of the exercises you can do for your lower body: squats, lunges, and leg press. And these are some exercises you can do for your upper body: dumbbell bench press, dumbbell rows, dumbbell shoulder presses. So here's an example schedule. On Monday, we do lower body. On Tuesday, we do upper body. On Wednesday, we just rest. So we're just doing cardio on Wednesday. On Thursday, we do lower body. Then on Friday, we do upper body. And then on the weekends, we rest from the strength training and we just focus on doing our cardio on the weekend. Okay. And that right there is a full plan that we can follow. All right. Everybody should be all set up. You have a meal plan, you have a cardio plan, and now you have a workout plan. Now, if you have a demanding career and you would like for me to build a fitness plan out for you to help you lose your next 30, 40 pounds of body fat and build muscle, you can text the word coach to the number that you see on the screen. That is 516-212-9162. I'll say it one more time. It is 516-212-9162. I'm going to put it on the screen so everybody can see it. Okay, hope you guys can hear me and everything. Is Fairlife cool? Yes, Fairlife is good. Okay, Fairlife is a good protein shake option. Let's see. Is this all free? I have some free stuff. Man, we appreciate your videos, Coach. I appreciate that. Just on its own, the flavors are okay. Can I see the bag of chicken again? Yes, you can. So for anybody who wants to know the chicken that I was talking about, and mind you, this is for the people who have demanding jobs, who don't have the time nor the desire to have to cook complicated meals. This is a strategy you can utilize. You can buy the bags of the frozen chicken breast just like this. You can buy the bags of the frozen vegetables just like this. You put 5 to 9 ounces of the protein on a plate, which is the chicken. You put as many veggies as you want on a plate. You warm it up in the microwave for a few minutes, and there you have a simple meal that's going to help you lose fat and build muscle. Okay? Now, it might not be the tastiest thing in the world, but we are sacrificing taste in order to find something that is simple. If you do not care about simplicity and you have a lot of time on your hands, then by all means, you don't have to do that. You can look up more complicated recipes. Unfortunately, that is not what I do. I don't do complicated recipes. I'm more so geared towards people who don't really have the time for the complication. All right, let's move on. So now I want to open up for some Q&A. Now, so do me a favor. If you have any questions, you can drop it right here in the comment section. If you want to call in, then follow these instructions. Text your age, height, weight, occupation, and goal to the number that I'm putting right here on the screen. Okay? If you want to call in, I'll call you right now. Just text your age, height, weight, occupation, and goal to the number that you see on the screen. And I'll give you a call like right here, right now, and we will help you out. Come up with a plan for you. Make sure everything you're doing is correct. Quick question, coach. Are chicken thighs good to eat for this regimen? So chicken thighs they're okay. They're not as good as chicken breasts. The reason why is because chicken thighs are going to have more calories and less protein than chicken breast is. Can you still lose body fat and build muscle eating 8 ounces of chicken thighs with veggies instead of eating 8 ounces of chicken breast with veggies? Yes, you can. You would just lose body fat a little bit quicker if you ate chicken breast because the calories are going to be a little bit lower. So what you could do is you could alternate. For your lunch, you can do chicken breast, and then for your dinner, you can do chicken thighs. Another thing you can do is you can do half and half. So you can do 4 ounces of chicken breast and you can do 4 ounces of chicken thighs. This way you get the best of both worlds. The calories are not going to be as low as if it was just chicken breast, but nor are the calories going to be as high as if it was just chicken thighs. And you get the added benefit of some of the flavor that the chicken thighs has. Guys, is a 45-gram protein shake from Quest good for cutting? Yes, those are good. Gotcha, coach. I'm mainly doing this as a, okay, gotcha. I gotcha. All right, let's see. I do 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. daily. That's when you do your cardio? It's excellent. Currently making lunch. The macros is 423 calories and 57 grams of protein. That's excellent. Weight for the protein shake you posted, you said drink 2 of those. What if I'm 4'11" and 160 pounds? So the reason why I recommended you do 2 is because if you look here, each one is only 30 grams of protein. Now, depending on how many grams you need in a day, 2 might be a better option for you. So let me give you an example. For you right now, you weigh 160. I would like to know what your goal weight is, but let's say your goal weight was 150 pounds. You want to eat 1 gram of protein every day for every pound that you want to weigh. So if you want to weigh 150 pounds, then you want to get in 150 grams of protein a day. If you were to, let's do this. Let's say for your first meal of the day, you drink just 1 protein shake, and that's 30 grams. And then for your lunch, you have 5 ounces of chicken breast, and that is 40 grams. And then for your dinner, you have chicken breast again, 5 ounces, and that is 40 grams again. Let's count this all up. That's only 110 grams of protein, but you said you needed 150 grams of protein. Now, let's do it like this. Let's say we did 60 grams of protein for breakfast because we had 2 protein shakes, and then you had 40 grams for your lunch. and then you had 40 grams for your dinner. Now you're at 140 grams of protein for the day. This is why I recommended you do two. But ultimately, if you're keeping track of the amount of protein that you're having throughout the day, then there are going to be plenty of ways for you to make sure you get in enough. But as a good rule of thumb, most people should get in 60 grams for their breakfast. Like that's going to be that's going to make it easier for you to hit your protein target for the day, because most people do not get in enough protein. So, okay, your goal is 120. So for you, you don't have to do two then, because look up here. If you were to do one shake and then get 40 grams for lunch, 40 grams for dinner, that would have you at 110. So for you, you wouldn't need to do two protein shakes for your breakfast. Okay. Thanks again, Coach. God bless. God bless you too. Is eating almond nuts all day bad? I just start trying to eat healthy. So I'll just give you this piece of advice. Do not eat almonds as a snack if you're trying to lose body fat, unless you are tracking the calories. If you're not tracking the calories, and if you don't even know what I mean when I say track the calories, then do not eat the almonds as a snack. Okay, I'm gonna just make it very simple for you. If you do understand thoroughly how to track calories and you know how to make sure you're in a calorie deficit, which I doubt you do because you're asking me about this, then you can eat nuts. But for you, I wouldn't eat nuts because they have a lot of calories and you can easily stop yourself from losing weight just by eating nuts without tracking them. How much steak do you eat in one sitting? So everybody's going to be different, but for me, I weigh 202 pounds. I lift weights 3 times a week, and I do at least 60 minutes of cardio every single morning, right? So I will do, and just, my goal weight of like me when I'm like really, really lean, right now I'm 202 pounds. My goal weight is like 190. So I'm like 12 pounds away from like my ideal weight. So being that like I'm a heavy guy, I have a lot of muscle, I'll do like 9 ounces of a sirloin steak, sometimes 10 ounces. So, but I'm doing sirloin steak. That is going to be a leaner cut of steak than the other cuts such as like ribeye. So just make sure if you're going to be eating steak, you're picking one that is lean. I'm 265, 6 feet tall. I'm on my feet all day at work, but I'm only getting around 5,000 steps a day. And my goal is 200 to 220 pounds. Okay, so for you, even though you're on your feet all day, you're not getting that many steps in. So for you to lose 65 pounds, usually that will take you about 6 months to lose 65 pounds. It could take you 4 months if you were very strict. So let me give you an example of a plan that you could follow. So for your meals or for your meal plan, for your breakfast, you can do 2 of these protein shakes. For your lunch and your dinner, you can do 9 ounces of this chicken breast here with 2 or 3 cups of these mixed vegetables. And that's all you're going to eat. Next, you're going to do 60 minutes of some cardio every day. Now, you can keep it very simple. You can walk, or you can walk on the treadmill with an incline. That's what I recommend most people start with. Just go to the gym, and for 60 minutes a day, you get on the treadmill, put the incline up. Maybe you can start at incline 7 or 10 or whatever incline you can handle, and you can walk anywhere between speed 2 and speed 3, and you can do that for 60 minutes a day. That's going to help you start burning a lot more calories and getting way more steps in. And then the final thing is make sure you're working out 4 days a week. 2 days you go to the gym and you do your legs. The other 2 days you go to the gym and you do your upper body. So for your lower body, you can do squats, lunges, and leg press. And for your upper body, you can do the dumbbell bench press, dumbbell rows, and dumbbell shoulder presses. So that's an example of a full plan that you can follow in order to lose 65 pounds over the next, let's say, 4 to 6 months if you were really strict with it. Can you swim for cardio? Yes, you can swim for cardio. Pretty much you can do anything for cardio as long as it gets your heart rate up. Anything that makes you sweat, that makes you move a lot, you can do that for cardio. Can you eat anything other than chicken breast? Sorry, I just jumped in. Yes, you can. So if you look here, I just made a list of some excellent protein sources for you. So egg whites is good. Eggs are okay. Chicken breast is good. Chicken thighs, ground chicken or ground chicken breast, 96% lean ground beef or ground turkey, cod, salmon, tilapia, and top sirloin steak. These are all good protein sources. So any type of meat, fish, or eggs, those are going to be great protein sources. Just make sure that the protein source you are picking, it does not visibly have a lot of fat on it. Do you know how there are some cuts of steak that are very lean, and then there are other cuts of steak where you can see a lot of like the white spots on it, you can see the amount of fat in it? Another example is if you ever looked at ground beef, you know how you have ground beef that is 80% lean, and then you have one that is 99% lean? Another way of saying that is one piece of ground beef is 20% fat. The other lean piece of ground beef is only 1% of that is fat. So if you had, let's say, a pound of 80% lean ground beef, out of that pound, 20% of it, so 1/5 of that pound of ground beef is going to be just pure fat. The other one, just one itsy bitsy little speck on that ground beef is going to be fat. So you want to make sure that you are picking protein sources that have the least amount of fat. That is why, and typically speaking, people don't like the meats that don't have a lot of fat on them because the fat is where the flavor comes in. Unfortunately, the fat is where the calories come in as well too. So if you look at the difference between chicken breast and chicken thighs is juicier. It's more flavorful. It has more fat. So it tastes better. Right? Super lean ground beef or super lean ground turkey, it doesn't taste that good because it can be dry. But the benefit is it will get you to your goal. What's a good protein shake with no milk? So they have good plant-based protein powders that you can look up. A good brand is Only What You Need or Blessed. But you can just do a simple Google search and just type in plant-based protein powder. Yeah, we'll do it right now. Plant-based protein powder. So if you look here at these brands, Only What You Need, you have Orgain. Kava is okay. I don't really like it because it doesn't have a lot of protein in it. Oh, you have Planta. That one's good. The Ghost vegan one. So all of these are going to be good options. Just type in plant-based protein powder on Google and just, shop around. Give them a try. It's going to be a little bit of trial and error for you to find the one that you like. But if you just keep on tasting different ones, you'll find the one that you like. All right. What about ground chicken? Ground chicken is good as well too. So I have been having the 2 shakes, and for lunch and dinner, I have been eating 1 bag of veggies and 9 ounces of chicken breast. Is that too much protein for a woman that is 240 pounds? So Patty, tell me, what is your goal weight? What's your goal weight, Patty? And also, when you say you're eating 9 ounces of chicken breast, are you eating 9 ounces of chicken breast for your lunch and then 9 ounces of chicken breast for your dinner as well too? Sorry guys, now I'm just checking the text messages that we had that came in. Okay, I don't know your name, someone with the 631 area code, but I'm going to give you a call now.
Person you're trying to reach is not available.
Just tried to call. Let's try Neek. See if you answer.
Hi, if you record your name and reason for calling, I'll see if this person is available.
Coach Sam. Patty, so your goal weight is 165?
Stay on the line.
Patty, you want to get in 165 grams of protein. Yes, hello, is this Neek? Yes, hello, is this Neek?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. How are you?
I'm great. And yourself?
I'm doing well. So, talk to me. I got your information here. Let's see. Make sure this is good. All right, so what is your age, height, and weight? I think you're 32, right?
Yeah, I'm 32. My height is 5'3", and I'm currently like 179.
All right, so we are 32, 5'3". We weigh 179. What's the goal weight?
I want to be like back to my old size, like 160, 165, nothing higher.
All right, so the goal is to lose 30 pounds.
Yes.
Okay. So when it comes to losing 30 pounds, what do you need help with? Are you doing anything? Give me some background on this.
Well, I be feeling like that I be doing something, but like I was stating that, okay, I work. I get up at like 5, get myself dressed, of course, and I'm headed to work, and then I work, and well, I done came off the road. I've been off the road for like
Okay, hold on
5
one
years
second.
now.
1 second. So, and mind you, I might cut you off a few times. Don't take
Okay, no
offense to
problem.
it, all right? Just for like the sake of clarity. So, are you doing any cardio right now?
Only time that I have is those off days that I don't do Thursday through Saturday.
So, what? You doing it? Are you doing it or no?
I am. On my off days, I'm in the gym
Okay, so you do cardio twice a week.
3 times, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Okay, so 3 times a week. Now, what are you doing for cardio?
Well, when I go in the gym, I kind of be lost because I don't know where to start in the gym, but I do incline to like 5, and then I walk for at least 30 minutes, and then I get off set and I do stair wrestle for like 30 minutes, and like that's one day. The next day I probably just probably like sit-ups and planks. Like I just basically be trying to find things to do because I don't know exactly where to go.
Okay, so it doesn't. Okay, you know what? So it doesn't sound like we have like a solid workout plan, but we go to the gym 3 times a week. Now, tell me again, what days do you go to the gym?
I go to the gym on Thursdays, off days, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Friday and Saturday. Okay, so we go to the gym on these days. Now, walk me through. Do you have a meal plan right now?
Not really, but only thing I've been eating is I've been eating like sweet potato, jasmine rice.
Okay, hold on. So you don't have a meal plan. Walk me through what is a typical breakfast for you?
Breakfast.
Yeah.
You said what's a typical breakfast? I don't eat it.
Okay, so your first meal. Well, how many meals do you eat in a day?
Maybe 1, 2.
Okay, so meal 1. The first meal. And now look,
Like today.
mind you, look.
Today
Hold on. It
is
sounds
today
like
my 11
it sounds like you don't have a solid meal plan, and that's fine. Like that's completely fine.
Okay.
I just want to get an idea of what a typical day looks like for you. So meal 1, what did you have?
Today is my 11 o'clock break. I didn't go to work at 12, so at 12 I had like some chopped up sirloin steak and sweet potato and water.
So you had steak.
I had a sirloin steak and it was after I chopped it up. Last night before I came, and then I had a sweet potato and 2 bottles of water.
Okay, so we had steak, sweet potato, and water. Okay, that's meal 1. Now, if you have a second meal, what would that second meal be?
I don't know. I'm currently just clocked out of work and at home, and I was thinking about when am I going to eat.
What would
I
you?
do have extra steak left over from last night, so I can heat that, and then I don't have no liquor to
Okay, I got you. Okay, so for you, and let's see, and so I don't mean to get personal, but what do you do for work?
Now I'm currently at Amazon, so that's another thing. I walk all day nonstop. Like, my do 6 a.m. is my 11 o'clock break and my 3 o'clock break. But other than that, I'm constantly walking.
Okay, so you're walking a lot. That's really good. So the only thing that I would change with what you're currently doing now is number one, going to be your diet. And then the second thing is going to be the workouts. Now, I hope that you remember what like we go over today, because I think it's going to really help you out. With your diet, I think you need a solid meal plan. You know, like something that you're going to eat every single day from now for like the next 3 months. Because if you do that, like we'll get down to what your goal weight is. Like we'll drop to 30 pounds in 3 months if we can like follow this meal plan that we're about to make right now. Okay?
Okay, that you got me on what I'm on now because I ended up looking across you. I think I'm on 40 pages or something, and the phone was playing while I was doing something. And I heard something about weight and these particular foods, Greek diet type stuff. So I saw what I was doing, and I got back to my phone and I was looking at it. So that one threw me into like the skinless chicken breast and But I just hate salmon. I hate fish. I'm really not too fond of I think the veggies you were saying, I hate them, like broccoli, carrots, all that type of things. I don't like them.
Okay. So the biggest thing with you right now is like we just need to find something that you like and just get it written on paper, and we just stick to it. We just run with it for the next 3 months. It will get hard. You will have days where you want to do something else, here and there, but if we can just stick to something solid, we'll see the results in the next 3 months. Okay?
Okay.
So let's do this. For your first meal of the day, and let's say we're going to just keep on doing 2 meals a day. I like the sirloin steak. Like that right there is an amazing protein source. So we could do sirloin steak. And what do you normally eat it with? Do you like vegetables at all? Any vegetables? Okay, no vegetables. All right. What about salad?
I eat salad.
Okay. Now, you can do the sirloin steak with a salad. The key is going to be make sure that we're using fat-free or like low-calorie dressing, because that's where we ruin the salad, adding too much of the dressing. Okay?
Okay, so can I do, what I get that? I got some whole food, but it's like, just say organic rich.
No, it has to say fat-free. Like something can be organic and still be very high in calories. So you're looking specifically for fat-free dressing.
Okay.
Now, next, let's see. So you said I think you said you like chicken breast, right?
I do. Correct.
Okay. So that is good. Now, I'm just mapping this out. Chicken breast and salad again with fat-free dressing. Okay, so super simple day of eating for you. For your first meal, you can have the sirloin steak with fat-free dressing, sirloin steak with salad with fat-free dressing. And your second meal could be chicken breast with salad with fat-free dressing. Now, you might, go ahead.
I'm listening to you.
Okay. Now, when you hear this, for the next 3 months, right, is that something that you can kind of stick to? All right, I'm going to do the steak with salad. And then for my second meal, I'll do chicken breast with salad.
I can stick to that.
Okay, so cool.
If I get tired of that meat besides chicken breast and steak, and I also have like the lean ground beef that I heard you talk about.
Yes.
Talk about that
Yes.
Also, but I don't have nothing to pair it with. So
You can pair it.
Like in a wrap, like the taco, like
Look.
tacos, like.
You don't need to pair it with whatever society tells you have to pair it with. You can take out the steak and you can just add the ground beef to that salad, right?
Okay.
So what I want you, I would love it if you could just kind of stick to these simple, kind of rubrics, right? It's just going to be protein source with something green, which for you is going to be a salad. And if we can do this, we're fine. You might get tired of the sirloin steak. You might get tired of the chicken breast. So then now we can get creative. We can do the 93 ground beef. We can do the ground turkey, or we can do chicken thighs, right? And we can just replace the protein source that we got tired with another lean protein source instead.
Okay.
Now, you said that you've been doing sweet potato, and that's fine, right? That's not terrible. What I want you to do is,
Yeah, I have.
yeah, well, look, with one meal a day, you can add like 150 grams of sweet potato.
Okay, so what time do you recommend my cutoff time for eating?
I'm sorry?
I said, so what do you recommend, like, for my cutoff time with eating?
It does-
Like, what
the
should be my
cutoff-
last meal?
The cutoff, there is no cutoff time for eating. You just know now in
Okay.
your brain, I have 2 meals that I'm eating a day. I'm eating my meal one, which is going to be sirloin steak with the salad and fat-free dressing. And then my second meal is going to be the chicken breast with the salad with fat-free dressing. Now, I like writing down specific times to eat the meals just because it helps you better stick to your meal plan. If you know you're going to eat your first meal at 12 o'clock and your second meal at 8 o'clock, like when it's 10 o'clock and you get hungry, or if it's 6 o'clock and you get hungry, you know, oh, I just got to hold off for 2 more hours and then I can eat my meal. Or then 10 o'clock at night, you know, okay, I just got to hold off until the morning time. And then at 12 o'clock, I can eat my meal again. So having the times kind of set in stone, it makes it a little bit easier to hold off the hunger until it's time for you to eat your next meal.
Okay, understood.
Okay. And yeah, like I truly believe, like if you just made that one change alone, just ate, you know, on a solid, you just ate that solid plan, meal one, meal two, you just stuck to that, in 3 months, you would lose the weight. The key is you got to do it over the weekend as well too. Like, Saturday, Sunday, yeah, oh, yeah, right. Friday night, Saturday,
So it's
and
not
Sunday.
such thing as cheat meals, huh?
Say it again.
I said, so I might as well just eat that little cheat meal thing. It's not a thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't do the cheat meals. I would drop. In reality, you could lose 30 pounds in 2 to 3 months. I would get the ball rolling first. I would lose my first 20 pounds, my first 30 pounds. Then occasionally, once a week, we can have a cheat meal. Then we can begin to get a little bit more flexible. But I would definitely want to see some real solid progress before I started to, mess with the plan, because it's messing with the plan that causes us to get stuck.
Okay. Because I recently, what's today? Monday, the Sunday evening around 3, I had that Chick-fil-A meal that I think you posted. So I was like, I don't know if it's okay, but you posted, so I'm going to get it.
Oh, that, yeah. So those are fine. Those are, like, if you can't cook, then you want to go to Chick-fil-A and just kind of grab one of those options that I post. That's what I make them for the days when you can't cook and you're like kind of out and about. That's a meal that you can get. Like, that's completely fine. Like, instead of your second meal, you ate that instead. That's fine. When I say cheat meal, I'm talking about, like, don't get 3 slices of pizza and some fries and a side of, Doritos. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's what I did, but I did it without. I didn't get the fries, and I got the grilled chicken without bread. So I just tell them to wrap it up in lettuce. So.
Okay. All right, yeah. So that's not terrible. Just 2 things, stick to that meal plan. I'd also start tracking my weight a few times a week just to make sure we're actually losing the weight, we're making progress. And the final thing is, when you go to the gym on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I would start lifting weights, and I wouldn't do cardio when I went to the gym. You get in enough physical activity as to where you don't need to do cardio when you go to the gym. I would save that time for lifting weights. But that's it. We've been on for about 15 minutes. I hope that helps. Okay, let me know. Check in a week and let me know how the advice helped you.
Okay, I so appreciate you for your advice.
All right, no problem. You take care.
Thank you.
All right, we have someone else that is getting a call. Let's see. 47, 5'8" to 97. Buyer goal is 150. Okay. What is a more realistic way to drop fat, gain muscle while still being in a calorie deficit? When you say more realistic compared to what? Hello? Hello? Okay. Oh, let's see. Okay. Jillian Johnson. How are you? I hope all is well with you. What is a more realistic way to drop fat, gain muscle while still being in a calorie deficit? So when you say more realistic way, what do you mean? More realistic compared to what? Now, a realistic way to, let's see, I'll use this as an example right here. So this is Zach. He lost a little bit over 30 pounds, and that was about a 3-month process for him initially. So what he did was 3 simple things: followed a meal plan, lifted weights, and got in some cardio to help him burn some extra calories. Now with his meal plan, it's very simple. All right, high protein, low in calories. What's an example of a meal plan? Protein shake could be your breakfast. It could be some egg whites and eggs and spinach. That's also a good breakfast option. Lunch could be chicken breast with a side of veggies. Dinner could be some ground beef with a side of veggies. Now, mind you, like, it's literally that simple. He dropped 30 pounds in like 3 months. So it's possible sticking to a simple meal plan like that. Get in 30 minutes of cardio every day and lift weights 3 to 4 days a week. The key is follow the plan consistently. Do not let the weekends trip you up. But that's the realistic way to do it. Now, this is an image of like how my plates usually look: protein source and some veggies. And I've literally followed a meal plan like this before, where I would have 2 of these protein shakes for my breakfast. I would have some of this chicken breast with a side of these veggies for my lunch, eat the same thing for dinner, and drop 3 pounds a week. It's very simple. You know, just have to stick to it for long enough to get to the goal. The weekend is my downfall usually, right? I think my issue is not reaching my protein intake. Yes, reaching your protein intake will help. I've got a question. If you missed your early morning workout, lower body day, would you skip today and do lower body tomorrow, or total body day tomorrow? It's supposed to be upper body on Tuesday, or try to do home workouts tonight. I wouldn't overthink it. Either one of those work. You can do lower body at home. What I would probably recommend you do specifically is just go to the gym tomorrow and do lower body, and just do upper body the next day, and then over the weekend, allow your body to reset, and then next week you just get back on your regular programming. But that's what I'd recommend you do, Jillian. Is Core Power good or Premier more? They're both good. The Core Powers, some of them have 42 grams of protein, which is excellent. The Premier Proteins, those usually have 30 grams of protein, but you could just drink 2 and get 60 grams. So they're both good. Get either one. They are both fine, okay? Are we supposed to drink a lot of water? Yes, you should definitely drink water. You just want to be hydrated. I don't really follow any specific rules when it comes to drinking water. With me, for example, I'll probably fill up a bottle like this 3 times and drink that much water in a day. It's after the 3 months and I'm burnt out. That's my problem. So how do we avoid burnout? How do we avoid burnout? So for most people are able to be consistent in terms of reaching their fitness goal for about a 3-month period, and then they usually get tired. Now, let's say for 3 months. Actually, hold on. Let me turn this. Let me make this full screen. Give me 1 second. Fit screen. Okay. Okay, we're good. So let's say you are doing something for 3 months and you are going 100%, you are going all out and you get burnt out, what do you do? So let's say you're doing 2 hours of cardio every day and you're only eating chicken breast and broccoli. That's all you're doing. And you're lifting weights 4 or 5 days every single week. And you're being super consistent. You did not mess up not once. And then at the 3-month mark, you begin to feel burnt out. What do you do? Do you just completely quit and then go back to eating McDonald's? That's what a lot of people do. And that's how they yo-yo. They lose a lot of weight, then they gain it right back. You don't do that. For 3 months, you can go super hard and then you get burnt out. And then when you get burnt out, what you do is you modify your plan or you make a new plan. Now, instead of you doing 2 hours of cardio a day, you just do 20 minutes of cardio a day. Instead of you only eating chicken breast and broccoli, now you eat chicken thighs with avocado, with quinoa, and you add some of your favorite sauce to it. You don't go back to eating McDonald's. You don't go from doing 2 hours of cardio a day to not doing any cardio at all. You don't go from doing 5 workouts a week to doing no workouts a week. Now you just go to the gym. You can still go 5 times a week, but instead of being in there for 2 hours, you just work out for 20 minutes and then you leave. And you do that for 2 to 4 weeks. And you allow the burnout to pass. You begin to get your sleep better and you feel better. And then if you want, you can begin to ramp up your plan again. So you can begin to make your cardio a little bit harder. You can make your workouts a little bit longer and you can get stricter with your diet. Now, when you do this long enough, you're going to be able to find a balance between how strict you need to go and being able to modify so that you eventually will never feel burnt out again. You'll know, okay, if I do cardio, if I do 40 minutes a day, I'll never feel burnt out. If I make my diet this strict, but not too strict, I'll be able to diet forever and not feel burnt out. And that's what you're trying to find. And it is a little bit of a balancing act. And you will have times when you go too hard and you feel burnt out. That's happened to me plenty of times. And I find myself having to sleep for like 11 hours a day for about a week straight just to fully recuperate. Now, one of the things that has helped me with this is even myself as a fitness coach. I have a fitness coach myself and we do check-ins. And this is just so that we can analyze all the effort that I've been putting in. We can analyze my progress. We can analyze how strong we're getting. We can analyze all the things that we're doing. And then we can make adjustments based off of what we're seeing. And especially when you're really, really busy. Like, I can't stress this enough. Like, I'm really busy. Like, business takes a lot of my time and a lot of my focus. So, you know, being able to have a third party step in and help me out with that is really beneficial. But long story short, that's how we are able to avoid burnout. When you get burnt out, you don't just completely stop and then go back to your bad habits. You find a nice little middle ground. Okay. Thanks. I'm always overthinking. Yeah, that's pretty common. It's pretty common. What do you cook the protein and veggies in so it doesn't stick to the pan? So I use frozen chicken breast and frozen veggies, so I rarely have to use pans. The only time when I cook in a pan is if I'm making something for my wife. And then we have cooking spray that we'll use. In the pans that we have, the food doesn't really stick to it. But use cooking spray and just get a good pan. If you're doing the chicken and veggie twice a day, but one day you're not as hungry, can you do a protein shake for lunch instead? Yes, you can, Amber. Definitely. Burnout is real. Rest days are like going on vacation. I love that. Is it too late to get lean for the summer? Not necessarily, but it will depend on how much body fat you have to lose. If you have to lose 30 pounds, then you can get lean and you can get abs by the summertime. You definitely can. If you have to lose 100 pounds, then you're not going to have abs by summer, but you will be 30 pounds lighter by summer. If you have 15 pounds to lose, then yeah, you'll definitely be great by summertime. Okay, so the key is going to be getting on a plan, getting on a meal plan. And this is the meal plan right here that I swear by, that helps all of my clients lose body fat super quick. Protein shake for breakfast, chicken breast and veggies for lunch, chicken breast and veggies for dinner. And if you need a snack, you can snack on fruit. That's the simplest meal plan now to help you lose body fat quickly and build muscle. Is the sweet potato and ground beef trend effective to lose fat? I'm not really that familiar with that. I've seen quite a few people ask me about that, but I'm assuming if somebody's eating 93% lean ground beef and sweet potato, then it's very easy for you to lose body fat eating foods like that. Sweet potato is a very filling food. It's not really calorie dense at all. Ground beef is a great protein source, especially if you get it 93 or 96% lean. There's not going to be a lot of fat on it. So if you're eating ground beef and sweet potato, then I can easily see how most people would lose body fat by prioritizing picking those foods, especially if we compare it to your typical fast food like the pizza and the gyros and the burgers and fries. So yeah, I think it's good. Okay, I got the Orgain organic protein powder. What are y'all mixing with? Just water. So you can mix it with water, or you can mix it with sugar-free almond milk or any type of low-calorie milk. All right, but water is good. Sugar-free almond milk is good as well too, because it's only 30 calories. So what do you cook in the air fryer? You can cook anything in the air fryer. You can take your chicken breast or take your chicken and you can bread it and you can cook it in the air fryer. And now you have fried chicken, but it was made in the air fryer. You can take potatoes and sweet potato. You can cut it up into little fries and you can cook that in the air fryer. And now you have fries, but they're not fried in grease. They were cooked in the air fryer. And this is going to be way less calories than the food that gets cooked in regular grease. Is it inevitable to gain fat when trying to bulk or build? My body fat percentage is at 24. I'm 5'3", 128 pounds. So it is not inevitable that you're going to gain fat if you're trying to build muscle. But when you say you're trying to bulk, bulking usually means you're trying to gain weight. And I don't like the goal being trying to gain weight, because if you're trying to gain weight, it's hard to determine whether or not it's muscle or it's fat. What I would like for you to strive for, Jillian, is try to get stronger. So if you prioritize strength and you try to keep your body fat in check, you could eat at your maintenance calories so you don't put on body fat, and you just try to get stronger and stronger in the gym. And usually 9 times out of 10, if you're getting stronger, that is a clear indication that you are putting on muscle and you're kind of lean bulking. Okay, so keep your body fat low, eat at your maintenance calories, and lift weights. And your aim should be to get stronger. Is one cheat day in 3 months okay, meaning fast food, but stayed below your maintenance calories? Yes, that's fine. If you are able to stay within your maintenance calories, then yeah, you having fast food one day in 3 months is completely fine. If you can stay within your maintenance calories, then you could have a cheat day like every other weekend. You will be completely fine. The only reason why I'm not advocating for just staying within your maintenance calories and eating whatever you want is because it can become addicting to eat these tasty foods. And for most people, it's going to stop them from being in a calorie deficit because they're not going to have that level of self-control. So that's why I'm not a big advocate for that. How many calories and protein are in one chicken drumstick? Carmelina, I am not sure. You'd have to look that up. We could find that out in a few seconds. Let's see if I can pull it up. How many calories and grams of protein are in one cooked chicken drumstick? So on average, it's about 200 calories and 20 grams of protein. So not terrible. That's about the calories and the protein that's in a typical protein bar. So not terrible. Are we getting enough fiber by staying away from the grains? So typically, if you're going to be doing 3 cups of mixed veggies with, let's say lunch and dinner, and especially if you get in your veggies with your breakfast as well too, that should give you around the 24, 25 grams of fiber mark. That should have you pretty high up there. Now, if you're only doing veggies twice a day, then your fiber will be a little low. So if you want to take a fiber supplement, you can. But my question is, are you tracking your fiber? That would be the next step for everybody here, to begin tracking your food. There's a great app called MyFitnessPal that you can use. You can use it to track all of your calories. You can track all of your protein, fats, carbs, etc. And when you start tracking everything, then we can look at the trends and we can see how much protein you're getting on a daily basis. We can see the amount of fiber you're getting in on a daily basis, and then we can tweak it from there. Okay. So that would be the next step, especially when we want to get into the nitty gritty of things. Definitely start tracking your food. That's the next thing. The advice of just sticking to protein source and veggies, that's going to be more so those are like just habits to live by. How about black rice? Is that good? So when it comes to what type of rice is good, if we're speaking about fat loss, they're all fine. It's how much of it you eat. That is where the difference comes into play. So if you're eating a half a cup of rice with your lunch and your dinner, like, you're fine. You're going to lose body fat. You'll be able to build some muscle. You're good. The issue is if you're eating 3 pounds of rice with your lunch and dinner, it doesn't matter what color rice it is. It could be black, white, red, green, blue, purple. Like, that's going to not have you in a calorie deficit. You're going to get fat eating that much rice. Finally, getting comfortable with my meal prep every week. It's much easier now. Yeah, I love that. When you do something for long enough, it does get easier. All right, so repetition makes it easier to stick to the protocol. Let's see. How do I go from 270 down to 180 pounds fast? So you're asking how to lose 90 pounds fast. So the first thing is, don't just think about how to get there fast. Make up in your mind right now that you are going to stay committed to it and you're going to not give up no matter what. Because losing 90 pounds, you should be prepared for this to take at least a year. Now, with that being said, you could get it done in as little as 6 months. How do I know? I lost 100 pounds in 6 months. And there are plenty of people that I know that have lost 100 pounds. And well, there's another guy I know, he lost 100 pounds in 7.5 months. I have plenty of clients that have lost like around 75 pounds in 7 months or 80 pounds. Like, so it's possible, but you should be prepared for it to take a little bit longer. Okay. So you don't get discouraged. Now, how do we lose a lot of weight as quickly as possible? If I wanted to give you the real answer is you have to create a huge calorie deficit. Now, what's a specific step-by-step example of a plan that you could follow to do that? If I was in your shoes and I wanted to get this done, off the rip, I would be doing 60 minutes of cardio every morning. I do 60 minutes of cardio every evening. And then on top of that, I would be on my feet as much as possible. I would play pickleball as many hours of the day as I would just try to burn as much calories as possible. That's number one. Number two, with my meals, I'd probably just eat 2 meals a day, and each meal would be a very lean protein source like chicken breast or egg whites with a side of vegetables. So 2 meals a day and as much physical activity as possible. And that's literally what I did when I lost 100 pounds in 6 months. But if I had to lose a lot of weight again, that would be what I did. It would just be like relentless adherence to me sticking to that plan every single day, day in and day out. If someone loses that much weight that rapid, what should they do for the excess skin? I think the only thing you can do for excess skin is surgery. But to be honest, I think he'll have excess skin no matter what. If someone weighs, let's say 290 pounds and they have to lose 90 pounds to get down, then when they lose the weight, they'll have the excess skin no matter what. Like, it's very rare that I see people lose a tremendous 90 pounds. You might not have excess skin, especially if you are younger, you have good skin, etc. But people who lose like 150 pounds, like, definitely, I've never seen somebody lose that much weight and not have any loose skin. Some people might have gifted genetics where they're able to do that, but just from what I've seen, I haven't seen that. Any client I work with that loses that much weight, they usually have a little bit of excess skin, so they have to get surgery to get that removed. I lost 13 pounds, and I appreciate you. Oh, that's incredible, Gail. Let's see, Shirley, I don't understand that question. Can I change broccoli with something else? I don't think I can eat broccoli every day. Yeah, that was just an example. You can eat any lean protein source that you want. Oh, look, the double screen. How do you guys like the double screen here on TikTok? I run 10K and strength train 5 days a week. the 2 rest days, I only do 1 to 2K steps, fat loss possible. Yeah, you should be losing body fat. The real question is, are you sticking to a diet completely? If you're sticking to a meal plan, then yeah, you'll lose body fat doing what you're doing. All right, let's see. All right, everyone, that is it for today. We've been live for over an hour. For everybody who would like for me to create a custom plan for you, and if you would like one-on-one fitness coaching, text the word coach to the number that you see on the screen. It is 516-212-9162. Once again, the number is 516-212-9162. Fitness coaching is for the person who wants to lose their next 30 pounds within the next 3 months. So if you've been struggling with going about this by yourself and you want just a little bit more support and help, then text the word coach to the number that you see on the screen. Okay? Now, when you text me, we're going to ask you a few questions just to see if you'll be a good fit for the program, because we can't help everybody. But if you're a good fit, then we'll work together and we will get you to your goal. All right? Now, everyone, I go live every day, 9 a.m. and then at 5 p.m. That is the times that I'm going live. So I will see you all here, and that's Central Time. That is Central Time, 9 a.m. to 9 a.m. and then again at 5 p.m. Central Time. All right, I'll catch you guys later. Oh, but actually, before I go, I do want to show you guys, I have a little gift for everybody that is stayed on here with me. Shirley, you spelled coach wrong. That is not going to trigger the automation at all. You got to use like the regular words. Okay, let's see. Give me 1 second. I'm going to just share my screen so you guys can see what my fitness app looks like. I'm going to try to. Okay, here we go. Okay, can you guys see this? Let me know if you can see it. So this is my fitness app. And what I have in here is I have like some workout programs. I have workout programs for men. I have a gym one for the men. I have a at-home program for men. I have a gym program for women, and I have an at-home program for women. Now I also have these other programs too. This one is an at-home workout program, and this is another gym program. So let's look at this one real quick, just to show you guys what it looks like. So every program comes with a meal plan template that you can follow. So it comes with like a cardio guide, and this is the meal plan template that you can follow. So it's a template. You can use a meal 1, meal 2, so it will give you a good structure to follow. And let's see. Now let's go through the actual workouts. It's not letting me scroll up. Let's see. Sorry, 1 second. Normally it's supposed to be on a phone, so it's a little hard to navigate on this tablet. Here we go. So these are the workouts. So you just basically follow along, and it has modified workouts. It has the advanced level workouts. All right. The name of the app is Better You, Better Society. Okay. So you can get this from the App Store. And Better You, Better Society. That's the name of the app. So you can get it there. And right now it is on a discount. So that's like my gift to everybody that has been on this live. And this is an excellent place to get started. So if you want to work out to follow, and here, let me show you what else it has here. Like we oh my goodness, we put so many hours into making this. Do we have a lot of men or women in here? I'll show you the men's gym program, then I'll show you the women's one. So with the men, you will see it comes with a meal plan for the people who want to lose weight and build muscle. And it has a meal plan for the people who want to just build muscle without losing weight. So one is a meal plan template where the calories are lower. The other one is a meal plan template where the calories are higher and the protein is higher. So let's look at this one right here. So if we look at this template, let's say we look at this for the men, right? This is an example of a meal plan that would be great for a man that wants to build muscle without being in a calorie deficit. So if you just want to build muscle and just put on some size, this is a good example. So breakfast would be the protein shake, the oatmeal, the lunches, chicken breast, veggies, avocado rice. So that's all the good stuff that comes with the meal plans. And there are examples for women as well too. Now, when it comes to the workouts, like in the gym, it just kind of walks you through everything. I explain and I demonstrate how to warm up. I demonstrate how to do your squats, how to do your barbell squats, how to do your leg press, like all the exercises that you have to do, I walk you through it. And I do the same thing for the women's program as well too, and the at-home one. So like I said, you can check that out. The name of it is Better You, Better Society. So yeah, let's put this back full screen. All right, let's see. Now, once again, that's it, guys. I'll catch you guys later. Let me know if you enjoyed this live. As a matter of fact, before we go, put in the comment section, let me know, what did you learn from today? What did you learn from today? And what do you want to learn next? That's another question that I have. What did you learn today, and what do you want to learn next? Thanks, brother. Have a blessed evening. Always appreciate your advice. Oh, you're very welcome, Jillian. Okay. Meal plans and motivation. What do you do when you have cravings? What do you do when you have cravings? Okay, that's something we can talk about. Be a little bit more specific, like when do you have your cravings normally and what do you crave? I love seeing you cook a steak. Okay. Are you talking about the short video I did, or I don't think I cooked the steak live, but yeah, I did a short video where I cooked the steak. Thank you. How to eat healthy and meal prep. I learned to focus on getting stronger, not necessarily on bulking. I'd like to reach out to you for some advice on some other things to focus on as well. Of course, Jillian, definitely reach out. Jillian, me and you, we've spoken before, have we? You sound like, I believe we've spoken before. Demonstrating cooking. Okay, so do the cooking videos again, got you. Yes, but not live. Okay, I didn't cook it live. Yeah, all right. When it's time for bed, something sweet. Okay. So what I do when I'm craving something sweet and it's time for bed is I literally just go to bed. So the first thing I do is I don't buy anything sweet. That's number one, because if you buy something sweet, then you're going to be more tempted to go reach for it. The next thing is, if I'm really craving something sweet, sometimes what I'll do, and it sounds a little weird, I'll eat a little piece of some chicken breast or a little piece of some steak. I'll eat a protein source, kind of, nibble on that, and then you brush your teeth and you just go to sleep. That can help out too. Another thing is, if you buy sugar-free ice pops, each one of them is only 15 calories. So you can have 2 of those and then go to bed. That's only 30 calories, basically nothing. So those are a few things that I do. I was in the group. Gotcha, Jillian. Yeah, Jillian, definitely. Jillian, do me a favor. Put the word coach by itself in the comment section right now, and then I'll see it. And my team is going to reach out, ask you some questions, but I'll see it and I'll personally reach out to you. Okay. For anybody else who wants one-on-one coaching, text the word coach to the number, or text the word coach in the comment section. I'll see if I can reach out to you sometime today. I appreciate your help and time. When is the next live? I go live 9 a.m. Central Time and 5 p.m. Central Time. All right. Brushing your teeth works. Yeah, it definitely does. All right, everyone. I'll talk to you guys later. Okay. Be great and peace out. You're very welcome, D. Are protein popsicles good? I've never even seen those.